Welcome to Stats Madness. Joining me today is Frank Hardy, our expert guest. We're diving into Sunderland's 0-0 draw with Manchester United. Sunderland sits 12th with 47 points, while Manchester United is 3rd with 64. Let's start with the tactical breakdown. So, with Sunderland managing a draw, they clearly had some attacking moments. How did they fare tactically against Manchester United?
Sunderland had a notable attacking edge, especially with shots inside box, leading 9-6 over Manchester United. This indicates they were getting into dangerous areas more often.
Wait, really? And did that translate into effective pressure on United's defence?
Interestingly, it didn't fully pressure United, as they led in saves with 4 to Sunderland's 1. This shows United's defence was well prepared, despite Sunderland's attacking attempts.
So, while Sunderland had some attacking moments, what about the overall momentum shifts throughout the match?
Manchester United dominated accurate crosses early, surging in the 0-15 window. Sunderland then took over in shots total during 45-60, with a 5-0 advantage. In the 60-75 window, United excelled in successful crosses percentage, reaching 146.2% compared to Sunderland's 92.8%. Finally, United's successful long passes surged in the 75-90 window, with 28 to Sunderland's 18. These stats highlight a dynamic battle with each team having their moments.
We just unpacked the momentum shifts in the match. How does Sunderland's performance today compare to their season average?
Sunderland had a mixed performance. They managed only 1.0 saves, way below their season average of 3.17. However, they posted 15.0 shots total, significantly higher than their usual 10.22. Additionally, hitting the woodwork once today was above their average of 0.52, suggesting a more aggressive approach offensively.
Despite Sunderland's mixed performance today, let's talk about their league standing. How does their season identity hold up?
Sunderland's systemic issue persists with big chances created, sitting in the bottom 16% of the league with an average of 1.67 per match, trailing behind the league's 2.27.
Wait, really? And is there any area showing improvement?
Indeed, goal attempts are an atypical strength. Despite being in the bottom 5%, they showed improvement with 8 today, up from their 6.28 season average.
Considering Sunderland's league standing, how does their performance compare to their mid-8 peers this season?
Sunderland lags in big chances created, averaging 1.67 against the 2.54 benchmark by Chelsea and Fulham. However, they excel with only 1.15 big chances missed, outperforming Brentford and Newcastle. Their long passes are in line with Everton and Leeds at 52.97, and they trail in shots total with 10.22 compared to Chelsea's 13.67. Overall, while they show efficiency in some areas, catching up in critical opportunities remains key.
And speaking of efficiency, how does Manchester United's recent performance stack up against their own season averages?
Manchester United's numbers are worrying. They had just 1.0 shots on target, far below their 5.58 average. They created 0.0 big chances versus a 2.69 average. Additionally, they hit the woodwork 0 times compared to a 0.83 average. These declines highlight a troubling performance slide, especially in creating scoring opportunities.
Given Manchester United's dip in shot efficiency, how are they faring in league standings overall?
Interestingly, despite their struggles, they're thriving in successful long passes. They hit 28 this match, placing them in the top 5% league-wide, well above the 20.91 average.
Wait, really? So, they're maintaining their passing prowess even now?
Exactly. Their successful long passes percentage stood at 51%, well above the league's 42.51%. This confirms their elite status in passing, despite other performance declines.
Despite their dip in shot efficiency, how does Manchester United compare against their top 6 peers this season?
Manchester United shows promise with a shots total average of 15.44, outpacing Manchester City and Arsenal. However, their big chances created average of 2.69 lags behind Man City's 3.18. Yet, they excel in efficiency, missing only 1.85 big chances, better than Arsenal's 2.12. In long passes, they're strong with 49.67, surpassing Arsenal and Liverpool.
Considering their competitive stats, let's shift to individual performances. Who stood out in their respective lines for both teams?
Seny Lamens excelled as Manchester United's goalkeeper with a 7.55 rating. In defence, Noussair Mazraoui was outstanding, earning a 7.76. Sunderland's midfield was led by Granit Xhaka with a 7.58. In the forward line, Enzo Lefebvre delivered a stellar 7.68 for Sunderland, while Brian Brobby impressed with a solid 7.27. Each player was pivotal in maintaining their team's structure and performance.
Since we were just discussing player ratings, how did Seny Lamens' recent performance compare to his seasonal average?
Seny Lamens was sharp in rating, recording 7.55, above his typical 6.75 output. However, it was a tough outing for him in punches and good high claim, both at 0.0, well below his 1.67 and 1.56 season averages. On the brighter side, he delivered a masterclass in saves inside box with 4.0, significantly surpassing his 1.96 seasonal average.
Building on Sunderland's season average performance, how does he stack up against his peers in key areas?
Sunderland excels among his peers with an impressive punches average of 1.67, leading over Cowie Kelleher's 1.4. His long balls average also stands out at 17.97, surpassing Robin Rouf's, who averages 15.33. However, in goalkeeper goals conceded, he averages 1.61, slightly higher than Robin Rouf's 1.37, indicating room for improvement.
Considering Enzo Lefebvre's impressive key passes against his peers, how does he perform compared to his own season averages?
Enzo Lefebvre truly excelled, delivering 4.0 key passes, well above his season average of 1.85. He also recorded 5.0 ball recoveries, surpassing his typical 4.15. In passes in final third, he registered 7.0, smashing his 3.9 average. His accurate passes percentage was consistent at 86.0, aligning with his 80.62 season average, demonstrating a stable performance.
Given Enzo Lefebvre's standout key passes compared to his season average, how does he fare against league competitors?
Enzo Lefebvre ranks impressively high, with tackles placing him in the top 20% of midfielders at 2 per game, slightly below his season average of 2.5 but above the league average of 2.03. For key passes, he's in the top 18%, delivering 4 against a league norm of 1.49, reflecting significant above-average performance.
Reflecting on Enzo Lefebvre's league standing, today's 0-0 draw showcased distinct tactical identities. Both teams excelled in key areas, as Frank Hardy expertly analysed. Thanks for tuning in to our tactical breakdown. A big thank you to Frank for his insights. Goodbye, folks.